Dear student, today we will discuss the degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte and application of equivalent conductance. These 2 points we will discuss in today's lecture. Now we will start with degree of dissociation. Of any electrolyte. Okay, if suppose degree of dissociation is given by alpha value, by the notation of alpha. If suppose we have a electrolyte AB which will dissociate A plus and B minus, then degree of dissociation is given as concentration of your dissociated ions upon the total concentration of electrolytes. Okay, like this, the concentration of dissociated ions upon total concentration of electrolyte, that is nothing but the alpha, that is degree of dissociation. Now the electrolytic conductance, that is lambda, okay, that is called as equivalent conductance. And this equivalent conductance is depends upon number of ions produced. Number of ions produced is higher, then equivalent conductance value must be higher. If suppose if we have a weak electrolyte we take in a beaker and solvent, that is water, is added to this weak electrolyte, and we know that the tendency of weak electrolyte is to dissociate partially. It dissociate very less amount, that is it dissociate partially, and strong electrolyte it dissociate almost completely dissociate, that is a strong electrolyte. When you add the weak electrolyte and some solvent is added, then if suppose we have the acetic acid is a weak electrolyte. When you add the small, partially it dissociate partially, and something it is having lambda value, that is equivalent conductance. Okay, we know that equivalent conductance it depends upon the number of ions produced. Number of ion produced is the higher, then equivalent conductance is also higher. As you dilute this solution, when you add the water to this solution more, then more dissociation takes place. More dissociation takes place means number of ions produced is more. Okay, therefore for the higher concentration, the less amount of ions is produced. When you dilute it, more ions is produced. Again you diluted it, it means more and more ions is produced. Therefore when you measure the equivalent conductance for first, then it is less than the equivalent conductance second that of dilution, and it is less than the third dilution. Okay, therefore for weak electrolyte, when you dilute the solution, when you add the solvent to this, it get diluted, and due to dilution number of ions is produced is more, and that's why its equivalent conductance is more. Okay, you added water again or solvent again, then its ions or dissociation is more, and then equivalent conductance is increased. At the last, when you add infinite dilution, okay, you made infinite dilution, then this weak electrolyte totally dissociated, and totally dissociated at that time the equivalent conductance becomes equal to the, okay, at that particular concentration become equal to the lambda 0, and that means the equivalent conductance at infinite dilution. Further addition of water or solvent, it get diluted, but the number of ions is produced not increases further, because it already all is dissociated, because we are makes this solution more and more diluted. Therefore, and further from that point, further addition of the solvent, further dilution, no increasing equivalent conductance takes place. Okay, therefore, one relation is there. When your ions is produces more, lambda is increases, you diluted, lambda is increases, diluted, lambda is increases, further so on up to the infinite dilution. It means your ions is produced is directly proportional to the your equivalent. More and more for V kilocalorie, more and more ions is produced, lambda is increases. Okay, therefore, lambda value is suggest the number of ions produced, and lambda 0 suggests the almost total dissociation takes place. Okay, therefore that value almost total dissociation means that is total number of electrolytes. Okay, it means AB, if 100 is there, 100 is dissociated at the very high dilution, at infinite dilution. That means that value at infinite dilution is 100. That means the your molecule is dissociated into ions. Okay, therefore that lambda 0 is nothing but your AB, that is the AB value. Therefore, this represents the lambda and this represents the lambda 0, because AB is the total concentration and total dissociation takes place at lambda 0, because lambda 0 means the equivalent conductance very dilute. You made very dilute. If 100 molecules is there, total 100 ions you will obtain. If suppose if you add the water second, only if 100 molecules is there, at second you add the water, only 50 molecule is dissociated, then only 70 molecule is dissociated. At the last, when you at infinite dilution, 100 molecules get dissociated, total 100 molecule gives the ions. Therefore, at infinite dilution, lambda is equal to 0. It means total dissociation takes place, 100 dissociation takes place. It is related to the AB is lambda 0. Okay, therefore alpha is given by lambda upon lambda 0. Okay, degree of dissociation for a weak electrolyte can be given by this equation, lambda upon lambda 0. By using this relation, we can give the degree of dissociation of any weak electrolyte. Okay, as dilution increases, the degree of dissociation is increases. At the last, lambda equal to lambda 0. Okay, this becomes equal to this, therefore 1. Okay, that quantity's total dissociation takes place, therefore lambda upon lambda 0 becomes equal to 1. If suppose we have the strong, what about the strong electrolyte? Strong electrolyte, almost when you add solvent to a strong electrolyte, it almost completely dissociates. 100 molecule gets its ions. Therefore, at very high concentration, your anions, your cations and the anions at very high concentration came near to each other, and due to it form intimate ion pair. Okay, very near ion pair due to very high concentration. And that intimate ion pairs, also there is a solvent molecule, it surrounds it. Therefore, that intimate ion pair is not further involved in conductance. Therefore, though it's separated, but it's not involved in conductance, because these are very near to each other at higher concentration. Okay, higher concentration means solvent is very low, solvent is there. At that situation, cations and the anions are very near, they form the intimate ion pair. There is attraction, positive, negative, and the solvent is there also surround to this. Therefore, the migration of these ions to the respective electrode, opposite charge electrode, is impossible, for because these are the very near or Instead of impossible, it is difficult to migrate. Therefore, for this strong electrolyte at the very high concentration, you can say that the expected, it not give the expected lambda value. Okay, therefore at the start lambda upon lambda 0 is equal to 1, because it's almost completely dissociated. But when you more and concentrated more, okay, you remove the water or not the water, very high concentration, then lambda upon lambda 0 is not equal to 1. Okay, like that. And therefore that is that when the particular lambda upon lambda 0 alpha value is valid for only weak electrolyte. For strong electrolyte, expected lambda value or equivalent conductance is not found for the strong electrolyte, because though it is dissociated due to its intimate IR form, the intimate IR pair, therefore they not take part in the for conductance. Okay, like that there is a differentiation between weak electrolyte and strong electrolyte. For weak electrolyte, alpha is equal to lambda upon lambda 0. Now the uses or application of equivalent conductance we will discuss. Okay, first application is to find out ionic product of water. Ionic product of water is denoted by the Kw. If suppose dissociation constant for water is given by, if H2O is there, it gives H plus ions and OH minus ions, and pure water has some conductance is there for pure water. Okay, very small conductance is there for pure water. It means it's very small extent there is a production of ions takes place in water. Okay, very small extent. That's why it is for pure water also some small equivalent conductance is there, or small conductance is there, because it produces very small, okay, very minute quantity of their such ions production takes place in water. Okay, therefore for water, it's at the start its concentration is C, at concentration is 0, at the equilibrium concentration it's C alpha. Okay, that particular C alpha dissociation takes place. Okay, how this value is produced? Alpha is given as the concentration, okay, concentration of this H plus, okay, concentration of ions, H plus ions or the OH minus ions, okay, concentration of H plus ions upon the concentration of this, okay, C. Okay, therefore a concentration of H plus ions is equal to given by C into alpha. Okay, like that way, alpha concentration of particular ions upon total concentration. Okay, the C into alpha is the concentration of H plus and the concentration of OH minus. Okay, therefore this is dissociated amount, therefore C minus C alpha, and C is the common C, 1 minus alpha. Okay, therefore at the equilibrium that concentration is found. Okay, therefore ionic product is denoted by Kw, and dissociation constant for water K is given as the concentration of reactant H plus and OH minus ion upon concentration of our electrolyte. Okay, therefore this quantity is water quantity, solvent quantity is higher in the amount is higher, therefore we transfer to this side K into concentration of H2O, H plus concentration and OH minus ion concentration. Okay, therefore this quantity is higher. Okay, large amount quantity is always be taken as a constant, therefore K into constant is equal to its H plus ion and the OH minus ion concentration. Okay, therefore K into constant is considered as the new quantity Kw, that is ionic product H plus ions and the OH minus ions. Okay, therefore H plus ions concentration is C alpha. Therefore C alpha OH minus concentration again same into C alpha. Therefore total concentration C square and the alpha square. Okay, that is the ionic product of the water. This quantity, okay, this quantity C alpha square we can calculate it by using this alpha relation. Alpha, we know that. Okay, we will remove these things. Okay, therefore we have the equation. Therefore ionic product is equal to, we have found the relation C alpha square. Okay, therefore for the find out this alpha can be given as the lambda upon lambda 0. Okay, previously we said that the for weak electrolyte, because water gives the very small amount of the dissociation of ions, that it means it is weak electrolyte. And C is the molar concentration of water H2O. This is given by the molar concentration of water is given by, okay, like that way molar concentration is given by like that way 100 ml water, weight of 100 ml water is 997.01 upon its molecular weight. Okay, therefore 1000 ml water is its weight is like that, and its molecular weight is like that. Therefore C is equal to 55.34 molar gram. Okay, that is the molar volume of the water. Okay, how the molar volume? We have found the molar volume of the water is 100 ml. Okay, 100 ml water weight divided by its density. Water density is the something 1 point something densities for the water. Therefore the value of 100 ml water, it's when you convert into gram, then it becomes equal to 997.01. and when gram when divided by the molecular weight is water is like that, it gives the molar value from 100 ml 1000 ml water is 55.34. okay, like that. Therefore C can be calculated. Okay, C is calculated, you put in this equation. C is given as the 55.34. okay, into you have to find the alpha value. Okay, alpha value lambda 0 for H2O we can find out. Lambda 0 for H2 by using Collar's law. If suppose Collar's law is given by lambda 0 H2O is equal to L naught H plus L naught OH minus. Okay, the summation of the equivalent conductance of each individual ions give the totally equivalent conductance at infinite dilution. Okay, very large dilution is there. You apply the Collar's law. By using the Collar's law, you can find out the lambda 0 for the water is equal to L naught H plus. Okay, L naught H plus is this value 349.8 plus 198 for the OH value. It's somehow total value you will obtain here. Therefore your lambda 0 is you found. Then lambda value can be found. Lambda is equal to, we have the formula LS upon LS into volume. Therefore LS, the volume, we can find out the mass upon density. Therefore mass of water is something you can find that is the density, okay, of the water. Mass upon volume, by using this you can find out lambda. Okay, mass upon volume is also mass upon density. Mass is equal to, okay, mass is equal to of water is the your 0.16 upon density is the 0.9971. okay, by that equation LS you can find out the specific conductance for a water by using the machines or some calculations. Okay, therefore you can find out the lambda. Okay, therefore by that relation you can find out the lambda. Therefore you, by putting the values of lambda by squaring, you can find out the Kw, that is the ionic product of water. Okay, by like that way we can find out the ionic product of water. That is one of the application of equivalence conductors. Okay, now one of the application is to find out degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte. Degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte. If suppose we have the acetic acid is a weak electrolyte, it get dissociate CH3COO minus plus H plus. Okay, that type of dissociation is takes place. Okay, therefore degree of dissociation for that weak electrolyte we can find out alpha is equal to lambda upon lambda 0. Okay, therefore lambda 0 we can find out by using Collar's laws. Okay, by using Collar's law you can find out the lambda 0 value for acetic acid. Okay, lambda 0 value for acetic acid CH3COH is the, by using Collar's law, is equal to the equivalent conductance of the CH3CO minus ion plus equivalent conductance of H plus ions. Okay, by summation, okay, that dilution, okay, at infinite dilution, okay, at infinite dilution each ion contribute to the equivalent, that is the Collar's law. At infinite dilution each ions contribute to the equivalent total equivalent conductance independently. It not depends to each other. Okay, by using that summation of this you can find out the lambda 0 value. For the lambda value we have the relation, okay, previously we say LS upon 1000 upon volume. Okay, then you can find out the lambda value. By lambda value you can find out the LS. Then you have known that that particular values, how much volume is taken, and then you can find out the lambda. Okay, then you can find out the degree of that is alpha value. Degree of dissociation is equal to lambda upon lambda 0. This value you can put up in okay, at the initial concentration of acetic acid is equal to C. At some time 0 concentration is at initial, then after some time C alpha concentration is there, and therefore C1 minus alpha is the concentration at the equilibrium. Therefore dissociation constant, okay, degree of dissociation, okay, in this case dissociation constant is given by concentration of this CH3CO minus concentration of H plus ion upon concentration of acetic acid initial concentration, okay, is equal to K is equal to given as, okay, not initial, at the equilibrium concentration. CH3COH minus C alpha, the concentrations H plus C alpha, then C1 minus alpha. Therefore C is a cancel. Therefore C alpha square 1 minus alpha. Okay, that is the dissociation constant. Okay, alpha value we can find out. Degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte we find out by using lambda upon lambda 0 will give the alpha value. By you can put lambda values, and for a particular concentration we know the concentration, initial concentration we know that, therefore put the initial concentration lambda value alpha, that is alpha value you have find out by the alpha value you have find the lambda upon lambda 0. We put this value in this and see concentration initial we know that, then by using this you can find out the dissociation constant. Okay, like that way it is useful to find out the dissociation constant. One of the important thing is find out the solubility of sparingly soluble salt. Okay, solubility of sparingly soluble salt can be calculated by using the equivalent conductance. Okay, the formula of equivalent conductance lambda is given by LS upon 1000 upon volume, or that is also the concentration. Okay, concentration. LS into volume is 1000 upon C, that is a concentration. When you are sparingly soluble salt, when you take the solvent and you take the sparingly soluble salt, very small, okay, its weak electrolyte is the dissociated partially, but sparingly soluble salt is dissociated very small amount. Okay, you have to dilute it for the full dissolve it. You have to dilute it. After sometimes very infinite solvent, when you put in this, then it get dissolved. Okay, therefore the sparingly soluble salt, if you add it to the solvent, some amount is remain as it is and some amount is dissolved. Therefore dissolved amount gives the concentration, and therefore concentration is equal to solubility. Okay, so only soluble quantity gives the concentration. When you add in water, totally dissolved, therefore the totally soluble, therefore solubility is given the concentration. Okay, therefore for the your sparingly soluble salt, concentration becomes equal to the solubility. Therefore that quantity lambda is equal to LS 1000 upon C is equal by S. Therefore S is equal to LS 1000 upon the lambda. Okay, therefore total dissolution is takes place. Okay, that solubility is equal to concentration for the sparingly soluble salt. Therefore total when your sparingly soluble salt totally dissolved, then when it totally dissolved, then lambda becomes equal to lambda 0. Okay, at very high dilution, then solubility totally dissolved, then we take the concentration. Okay, when it totally dissolves sparingly soluble salt, when sparingly soluble solubility of sparingly soluble salt is very less, when you more and more dilute the sparingly soluble salt, then it gets totally soluble. Then at this point solubility is equal to concentration, therefore that becomes lambda 0 value, means the at very high dilution solubility becomes the concentration. Therefore we have replaces the concentration when lambda is equal to lambda 0. Okay, by using this relation you can find out the solubility, and LS, that is specific conductance for sparingly soluble salt, can be calculated as the specific conductance total, okay, for a solution is equal to LS of sparingly soluble salt plus LS of water. Therefore LS of salt, we can find out LS total minus LS of water. By using this relation you can find out the LS of water. Okay, one important relation you have to remember, that concentration is equal to solubility for sparingly soluble salt, then concentration we replace by the solubility at when lambda is equal to lambda naught, that is equivalent conductance for is calculated for at the infinite dilution. Okay, important thing is concentration is equal to solubility is important, we put the in equation, and you can find out the solubility of sparingly soluble salt. That is all about the dissociation constant and uses of or application of equivalent conductance. Thank you very much.